يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض الملك القدوس العزيز الحكيم هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. I welcome you to the second episode of Tazkira Hadith. The topic of today is Bankrupt of this Ummah. This hadith is taken from Sahih Muslim. We'll go through this hadith and we'll learn who is the bankrupt of this Ummah. An Abi Huraira radiyallahu anhu anna Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam قال أتدرون ما المفلس؟ قالوا المفلس فينا من لا درهم له ولا متاع فقال إن المفلس من أمتي يأتي يوم القيامة بصلاة وصيام وزكاة ويأتي قد شتم هذا وقذف هذا وأكل مال هذا وسمك دم هذا وضرب هذا فيؤتى هذا من حسناته وهذا من حسناته فإن فنيت حسناته قبل أن يقضى ما عليه أخذ من خطاياهم فطرحت عليه ثم طرح في النار. Riwaha Muslim. Narrated Abu Huraira radiyallahu anhu, Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa wasallam said, "Do you know what bankrupt means?" They, the companion, said, "Among us, the one who has no dirham nor goods is the one who is bankrupt." He sallallahu alayhi wa wasallam said, "The one who is bankrupt among my ummah is the one who will come on the day of resurrection with prayer, fasting, charity, but he will come having insulted this one, slandered that one, consumed the wealth of this one, shed the blood of that one, and beaten this one. They will each be given from his good deeds. And if his good deeds run out before the scores have been settled, some of their bad deeds will be added to his deeds. And then that person will be thrown into the fire." As a Muslim, we are supposed to fulfill two sets of things. Number one is Huqooq Allah, or fulfill the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator, and Huqooq Ibaad, fulfill the rights of the creation. Now, this individual who is mentioned in this hadith, who is the bankrupt of this ummah, is the one who will stand or who will be standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of resurrection with lots of good deeds, equivalent to, as explained by some of the scholars, the Mount of Uhad. How that person has acquired all of those good deeds? Through fulfilling the rights of the creator, or Huqooq Allah. So this person, as explained by the scholars, is the one who used to offer his prayer in time. That person has performed Hajj. That person used to pay zakat properly, correctly, and that person is doing all sorts of ibadah that person is supposed to do. So from all of that, by fulfilling the rights of the creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that person has acquired lots of good deeds. But at the same time, this person is not focused on Huqooq Ibaad. And again, this is something which we see is the falling of this ummah. So in terms of Huqooq Ibaad, this person was ignorant. This person has deceived people, took money from other people, didn't return. The way he was speaking to other people, he was very rude, and he was doing all sorts of things, and that person never asked for forgiveness from those people. Now, it is very important for us to understand that if we have wronged someone and if we have not asked for forgiveness from that person, and that person is not forgiven us, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not forgive us for that sin. And on the day of resurrection, if that person wants justice, that person will come forward and mention this to his Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will do justice on that day. And this is what will happen to this bankrupt of this ummah. This person will continue to lose his good deeds will be given to other people. So people will come forward and say, oh Allah, this person has wronged us. He said this thing to me. He took this from me. He was rude to me. He misbehaved with me. And he has done this and that. And then based on that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will order the angels to take the good deeds from that person and add to the good deeds of the person who has complained. This will go on until that person will lose all his good deeds and there will be nothing left. But again, this is not the end. More people will come forward and they will ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for justice. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will order the angels to take the bad deeds of those people and add to the pile of the deeds of that person. So this person who stood in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of resurrection with good deeds as big as Mount of Uhad will end up with just bad deeds and nothing else. And in the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will order that this person will be thrown into the hellfire. So there is a very important message for all of us that we need to be aware that we have to fulfill the rights of the creation as well as the right of the creator. If we do one of the two, that is not enough. So may Allah forgive us if we have wronged anyone and make us ask for forgiveness from that person and make that person forgive us. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض الملك القدوس العزيز الحكيم هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال